Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to solve day 22 problem of this month on LeetCode. Before starting, if you guys haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, then please go ahead and subscribe it. Now without any delay, let's get started with today's problem. Problem number 1765, map of highest peak. So in this problem you are given an integer matrix is water of size m into n that represents a map of land and water cells. Okay, if is water I of j is equal to 0, okay, if that particular cell value is equal to 0, that simply means that it is a land cell. Okay, and if that particular cell value is 1, that simply means that it is a water cell. Okay, you must assign each cell a height in a way that follows these rules. Okay, so few rules given to us. The height of each cell must be non-negative. Okay, if the cell is a water cell, okay, its height must be 0. Okay, so if it is a water cell, that simply means that if its value is 1, the height should be 0. Okay, any two adjacent cells must have an absolute height difference of at most 1. Okay, a cell is adjacent to another cell if the former is directly north, east, south or west of the latter. Okay, their sides are touching, that simply means that they are adjacent cell. Okay, and then their height difference should be 1. Okay, absolute height difference at most 1. All right, at most 1. All right, find an assignment of heights such that the maximum height in the matrix is maximized. Okay, return an integer matrix height of size m into n where height of ij is a cell ij's height. If there are multiple solutions, then we have to return any of them. Okay, so now see this example number 1 first. Okay, so is water matrix given to us, right? So let me draw this is water matrix. So here we have 0, here we have 1, here we have 0, and here we have 0. Okay, so this one means water, right? Water. So here this is nothing but this cell is water. Okay, so if it is water, I'm going to mark this as 0. Okay, now from this 0, okay, this cell is adjacent to this one. Okay, so we are moving in how many directions? Total 4 directions, right? So let's suppose if you are here and if you move to the north, okay, if this cell value is 0 by 0, then north cell value it is going to be uh, one previous row, right? So here I can write -1 and comma 0, right? Okay, and if you are moving to, let's say, east, okay, east, then you are moving to the one column in the right. Okay, so row is going to be remain same and column is going to be 1. Okay, okay, so now if you are moving to the west, okay, then you are moving one column to this direction, right? So column value is decrementing, right? Column index is decrementing here. So this is 0, this is 1, so from 1 to 0, right? So here is in place of column I'm going to write -1 and here 0. Okay, so this is for west. Okay, and if you are moving to the south, so that simply means that you are moving one row down. Okay, so here I am going to write 1 0. Okay, so these are nothing but my directions. Okay, so in a particular cell I am just going to add this direction so that I can move to the next cell. Okay, so now for this cell, okay, you are here, so for this cell here there is no other cell. Okay, out of bound, there is no cell. Okay, so from here you can move to this cell, right? So here this is a land, right? This is a land, so here I'm just going to mark it as 1. Okay, this is 1, and here it is also land, so I'm going to mark it as 1. Okay, so this is done. Now you can pick this cell, let's suppose. Okay, so from this cell you can move to this cell. Okay, this cell is already visited, there is no cell here, there is no cell here. You are going to mark it as 1 plus 1. Okay, absolute difference should be at most 1. Okay, so here you are going to mark it as 2. Okay, so this is given. Any two adjacent cells must have an absolute height difference, okay, of at most 1. Okay, at most 1, right? So this should be the case. Okay, so from 1 if you are moving to 2, okay, 1 if from this one if you are moving to this cell, so you are going to write here 2. Okay, 1 plus 1 2. Okay, so then from here, from this side you can see, so this is already visited, this is already visited, no nothing we have to do. Okay, this, from here you can see this is already visited, everything is visited. Okay, that's it. So in the final answer we have to just return this 1020. Okay, 1021. This is 1, sorry, this is 1, right? 1021. Okay, So how we are going to solve this problem then? Okay, so this is what we need to do. Okay, so I am going to treat the water area as my source. Okay, so here there are two sources. Okay, so these are the water cells, right? So if I draw a matrix for this one, okay, so let me draw the matrix first. Okay, so we have 0 0, then we have 1, here we have 1 0 0, here we have 0 0 0. Okay, so now if you see carefully, here we have two water sources, right? This is one water source, right? This one and this is one water source. Okay, so these two are my sources. Okay, so now from here I'm going to just visit the neighboring cells. Okay, what are the neighboring cells for these two sources? So what I'm going to use, I'm going to use multi-source BFS. Okay, so we have to just find the minimum distance. Okay, minimum distance starting from our source to the destination. Okay, minimum distance. All right, we have to assign the values such that. Okay, so now how you are going to solve this problem? Just create one queue. Okay, so let's suppose this is my queue. Okay, and in the queue, here if I just assign 0 row first row, second row, 0 column first column, second column. Okay, so what are my water sources? So here first, this I have to add, right? 0 at 2, 0 comma 2. Okay, this cell, so this is one source. All right, and then we have another source at 1 0. Okay, 1 0. So now I'm going to run one loop. Okay, run one while condition, and in that I'm specifying until my queue is not empty, I will do some things. Okay, so here first what I have to do first is this is going to be my source. Okay, 0 2. All right, so I'm going to just poll this 0 2. I'm going to poll this. Okay, so 0 2 comes out. So now here in the queue I'm left with 1 0. Okay, now from this 0 2, I haven't visited this yet. Okay, I haven't visited this yet. Okay, and these are out of bound, these are out of bound. We are moving in total 4 direction now, so we have to return here heights. Okay, heights matrix. Okay, so initially you can do one thing na? Create one height matrix. Okay, let's suppose this is my height matrix having same number of rows and same number of columns. So here assign everything -1. -1 simply means that these are unvisited cells. -1 -1 -1. Okay, and these are our sources now, so here just add 0. Okay, so right now I am at this particular position. Okay, so I can't go here, I can't go here, and these are unvisited. Okay, so I have to mark them as visited now. Okay, so if I move here, okay, this is unvisited, so I'm going to mark it as 1. Okay, I'm moving here, so I'm going to mark it as 1. We need height difference 1, right? At most. So here from 0 to this cell I'm moving, right? So we need height difference at most 1. So here I'm doing in this 0 I am adding 1 and I am writing it here. Okay, same way we are moving downwards as well. So from this 0, if I'm moving downwards, so height difference we need at most 1, so here I'm updating 1. Okay, so that's what we can do here, right, from this particular source. And now from here, if you see, we are visiting this site. Okay, this site. So in question, if you see here, yeah, here, so a cell is adjacent to another cell if the former is directory north east southwest. Okay, north east southwest. So first we have checked, let's say north, then we have checked east. Okay, north, this is north. Okay, this is north, this is east, this is west, and this is south. Okay, so we are checking like this: north east southwest. Okay, so let's follow this order only: north east southwest. Okay, so north out of bound, east out of bound. Here we updated this. Okay, this cell, so this cell is at 1 2, so add this 1 2 here. Okay, done. Then west, update west. West cell is 0 1. Okay, 0 1. So I'm adding the visited cells in my queue. Okay, and see, -1 is changed to 1 now. So if any cell value is not -1, that simply means that it is visited. Okay, if any cell value is -1, that simply means that it is unvisited yet. Okay, this is done. Now next what we need to do. Okay, so next in my queue, this is 1 0. Okay, so I'm going to remove this 1 0. Okay, now I'm going to check this. 1 and 0. Okay, I remove this. Now I have to check this 1 0. All right. Okay, so here 1 0. So here 1 0. Okay, so 1 and 0. So here, from here you can visit this cell. Okay, you can visit this cell, you can visit this cell, and this is not required. Okay, so okay, so here just update all these to 1 1 1. Okay, this to 1, this to 1, this to 1. Okay, 1 1 1. Okay, and now just add the coordinates here as well. Okay, that's the simple thing we have to do. So you can add here first, let's suppose you have added 0 0. Okay, all right, then let's suppose you have added this 1 1. Okay, then let's suppose you after that you have added this 2 0. Okay, 2 and here 0. All right, this is done. Okay, so now once this is done, okay, so now after that 1 2, pick this 1 2. Okay, 1 2, pick this. Okay, so here 1 and 2, pick this. Okay, now from this 1 2, if you see carefully, 1 2, that simply means that you are at this. Okay, this is 1. Okay, so from here if you see this white color, okay, you can't move here because this is cell value is not a -1. Okay, that's simply it is visited. You can't move here, you can visit here. Okay, so you can just add here 1. Okay, so here let me just remove it. So here you can add 1. Okay, and here this cell is already visited. Okay, so we don't need to do anything here. So here you are adding 2 2. Okay, so here in the queue you can add 2 2. Okay, so here let me add 2 and 2. Okay, this is done. So that's it. Okay, so now remove this 1 2. 1 2 is done. Okay, now we have to add 0 1, right? So 0 1. Okay, remove 0 1. All right, it comes here. Okay, now let's check this 0 1. 0 and 1. Okay, 0 1, 0 and 1. Okay, so from here, so if you see this is we can't visit here, we can't visit here, we can't visit here, we can't visit here. This is done. Okay, remove this 0 1. Okay, completely. All right, 0 1 is done. Okay, next is 0 0. Okay, so 0 0 you can see from 0 0 also, if you see we can't move in any direction. Okay, or all are visited. Okay, so 0 0, remove this. All right, this is done. Okay, then after that we have this 1 1. Okay, 1 1, if you see here, so from here only in one direction you can move, right? This downwards. Okay, here it is only -1. Okay, so here I'm just going to update it to, see now, see carefully, from this cell I'm moving to this cell, right? So 1, we need absolute difference to 1. Okay, at most 1. So here instead of -1 I'm going to write this value is 1 plus 1, that is 2. So here I'm writing 2. Okay, and this cell is nothing but 2 1, so I'm going to add 2 1 here. Okay, 2 1 I have added. All right, this is done. Then after that 1 1. So from 1 1 everything is pasted, right? 1 1. Okay, remove this. Then pole 2 0. Okay, 2 0 comes outside. From 2 0 we have wasted everything, remove it. Then from 2 2 we have wasted everything. From 2 1 we have wasted everything, right? So that's it. Okay, our queue is empty now. We are going to stop here. All right, so now if you see carefully here, okay, this matrix, so let me just zoom it. So final output, okay, final output here 1 1 0. Okay, 0 1 1. Okay, then 1 2, and here it is 2. Okay, so here I think we forgot. So here from 1 we are moving to this now, so we have to update it 2 now instead of 1. So 1, from 1 we are adding 1, so we are going to operate it 2. Okay, so that's what we need to do. It's very simple. Okay, so if I am moving from any particular cell to another cell, okay, whatever this cell value, okay, whatever it is, so in that I have to add 1 and I have to write this same thing here. Okay, that's why 2 is coming here. Okay, from this one if I am moving downwards, then it should be 2, not 1. Okay, so let's write the code for this one. All right, so simple multi-source BFS we have to use here. So first of all, what you need to do here, let's create one, we have to store a row and column, okay, for this particular matrix. So let's create one class, let's name it as cell, okay. And now in my class we have row and we have column, okay. Now create one constructor, okay. In this just pass my row and call, okay, this dot row is equal to row and this dot call is equal to call. All right, this is done. Okay, so now here int m is equal to is water dot length, int n is equal to is water of 0 dot length. Then we have to initialize the height grid with -1 for unprocessed cells, okay. So here int height is equal to new int m n, okay. Then after this create one array for int I is equal to 0, I is less than m I plus plus. All right, and here we have to write arrays dot fill, then we have to write height of I, okay. And here I'm just going to write -1, okay, because they are unvisited yet, okay. And here okay, so this is done. All right, so we have written everything -1, okay. So later you can just change the water cell to 0, okay. So let's first write the directions, okay. Int directions is equal to, okay, so we have 4 directions. All right, and how we are moving, we are moving first north, then east, then south, then west, okay. So this is how we are moving, right? North, east, south, west. So here if you see here, so if north, so for north we have to write -1 comma 0, okay. And for east we have to write 0 1, okay. So here just write that. So north -1 comma 0, for east 0 comma 1, okay. Then for south we have to write 1 comma 0, and then for west we have to write 0 comma -1, okay. This is done. All right, okay. So now we have to create a queue for BFS, okay. So queue cell queue new linked list, okay. And then we have to enqueue all water cells and mark their height as 0, okay. So for run loop int I is equal to 0, I is less than m I plus plus, for int j is equal to 0, j is less than n, j plus plus. All right, here you can simply write if is water, okay, at I j, okay. If this value is equal to 1, that simply means that it is a water cell. So if it is a water cell, then we have to treat this as one source. So in the queue I'm just going to add new cell, okay. And in the cell what we have to pass, we have to pass the coordinates, okay, row and code. So here I'm writing ij, okay. This is done. Then simply update height of this particular ij, okay. This particular cell is 0, okay. So this is given a problem statement, okay. Water cell having height 0, okay. All right, this is done. So here this ends, okay. This for loop ends here. Then after that, simple, you have to perform the BFS. So here just simple one while loop while my queue is not empty. Okay, queue is not empty. All right, now inside this take the current cell. Okay, cell current is equal to queue dot poll. All right, so int row is equal to current dot row, and int call is equal to current dot call. And then we have to explore the neighbors. Okay, 4 directions. So int dir in the directions. All right, now int new row, int new row is equal to row plus dir of 0, and int new call is equal to call plus dir of 1. Okay, and then we have to check bounds and process only unvisited cells. Okay, so first of all let's check if that particular cell we can visit or not. Okay, so if new row, okay, this new row should be greater than equal to 0 definitely, and this new row it should be less than m, and new code it should be less than it should be greater than equal to 0. Okay, and this new call it should be less than n. All right, and height of new row new call, new row new call. Okay, the height of them it should be equal to -1. All right, okay, so now here inside this we have to update height of new row new call. Okay, it should be equal to height of row and call plus 1. Okay, we have to just assign the height. Okay, so I'm saying that we have to just add 1. Okay, every time from that cell to another cell we are moving, so in that cell we have to add just +1. Okay, from where we are coming, that's it. So now in the queue just add new cell. Okay, and in this new cell we have to pass the new row, and we have to pass the new call. Okay, so we have to add queue for the further processing. All right, so this is done here. Okay, and then here we can just simply return height. All right, so height array we have to turn. Okay, so let's run it and see if there are any code issues. We'll try to fix that. This spelling mistake. Okay, height. Okay, so now let's submit it. So see, our solution is accepted, right? So I hope that you guys are able to understand today's problem, and if you guys still have any doubts then please feel free to ask in comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. Meet you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.